In this lesson, we will define and discuss one of the diagnostic features of autism, including hyper and hypo reactivity to sensory input, as well as some of the common behaviors you might see when an individual is struggling with these sensitivities. Part of the diagnostic features of autism spectrum disorders include restricted and repetitive patterns of behavior and interest. Under the core area of restricted repetitive patterns of behavior and interest, in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, 5th edition, hyper and hyporeactivity to sensory input or unusual interest in sensory aspects of the environment is described. It has long been recognized that individuals on the autism spectrum have differences in their ability to process and tolerate sensory experiences. They may have hypersensitivity or an overreaction to certain types of sensory input. They may have an adverse reaction or response as they attempt to try to escape or avoid a situation that physically makes them uncomfortable. Or they may have hyposensitivity or an underreaction to sensory experiences. This may include a long delay in reacting to certain types of input, for example, a delayed response to pain, or they may require high intensity of certain types of input in order to register or react to that particular experience. For example, they may need really intense flavor to be able to register their sense of taste. Or they may seek out intense input in order to derive pleasure or make meaning out of the input. For example, they may seek out intense physical movement, such as intense swinging or rocking, in order to be able to register where their body is in space. Many individuals on the autism spectrum describe having tactile difficulties. Tactile defensiveness is an adverse or exaggerated response to light touch or certain textures. You may see avoidance of certain types of clothing, certain fabrics, tags, seams, wearing shoes may all bother or be troublesome for an individual who has tactile defensiveness. Individuals with tactile defensiveness may also refuse certain types of foods or textures. They may refuse to touch certain types of objects, and they may act out in attempts to escape or avoid certain tactile sensations or experiences.